Good evening and welcome back to your channel, your family, your way, the Mancunian way. My name is Martin. I'm your host, joined by Rich, who's trying to go all retro. What are you doing? Is this your honorary Newcastle United stuff?
No, it was the t-shirt top in my t-shirt.
Was I on delay then? You seem to like listen and then
I don't know, but my Wi-Fi ever since the other week, my Wi-Fi's been dodgy. No, it's just black.
You're looking rather lean and trim, my friend.
That's black. It's slimming.
All right.
That's why we should always all wear black.
Good evening, Mingy Wong. How are you? Hope we all had a positive week. Yeah. I want to see Arsenal lose on Sunday. Let's focus on us. I know everyone's giddy over Arsenal. We've got to do our job, which we will talk about this evening. I might buy some tickets to Wembley. Who knows if I'm there 22nd. Good luck, mate. Sold out. So it's currently sold out, believe it or not. What are you doing?
Excellent.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Just laughing.
Oh, you were writing something down.
Oh, I have my
please smash those likes. Tone, good evening, mate. How are you? Let's go, Teal. Top Gunners are stressed even when the 5 points clear. Forest ITK, City will red. Forest for Gibbs, White and Anderson if Forest get relegated. Plus City are interested in Murillo too. Guys, breaking news. I may have a surprise guest. Depends if you're able to go 90 minutes. Hello, DC. Hope you are well. Nope, not Big Steve. He's on next week, hopefully. Big up, DC. Hope you are well. Ash is in the building. Dash is with us. Big up, Dash. The Samaritan link as well. Dash also going to give me some info. We're going to share that out next week over the channel. So keep an eye out for that, and a very good and a very respected thing that we're going to push for Dash. So keep an eye out for that next week. Yeah, say hello to each other in the chat. Smash those likes nice and early. John Brown, good evening. Lee Gates, hello, mate. How are you? Mike City's with us. Big up. Curtis is with us. Peter Gresty is with us. Rich's dogs are with us. Pat is with us. Walter is with us. Hadley Clark.
We're all in black.
What?
You need a black cap.
I don't do black caps.
Yeah. Stop
talking about Arsenal and their performances. They're going to talk what they want to do. Pardo, really. But yeah, I'm going to be concentrating on us this evening. Hello, gents. Let's get the fucking trophy. Well, let's see. Rich is a closet Jordan. Don't get ahead of ourselves, boys. This is a Manchester City channel. We should concentrate on us. Good evening, house captain. How the devil are you? Yeah, make sure you all say hello to each other. Ozzy is joining us at the moment off camera. So, yeah. Rubber meets the road time, boys. Here we go. 13 games left in the Premier League. How are you feeling?
Isn't it 12?
No, we've got 13. We've got a game in hand.
Yeah,
I thought we still played 26, though, haven't we?
Or maybe they've got 11.
12, yeah, sorry, 12 games. My bad, I can't count.
They've got 11, yeah.
Yeah, 12 games. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm more comfortable about 12 and 13. So
I think we've put ourselves exactly where we needed and wanted to be at this time. You know, we've set ourselves up for the sprint perfectly, and were it not for Guardiola, with the players all coming back, I mean, it's you know, touch wood, looking like we've got a squad, you know, for the running as well, not just an 11, but squad. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be tough for everyone up there, apart from the Regs, who are going to cruise into the top 4 because they've only got to play about 12 games in the entire rest of the season, where we could be playing about the best part of 30. But no, it's fantastic. I think we're where we want to be. Probably a bit more because of other teams choking than us having as many points as we have in past seasons. But, you know, I think mentally for us, this season was a free hit, and you know, we're exactly where we want to be. The pressure's not on us. All the talk, all the pressure's on someone else. So it's just perfect. Pep would not have wanted it any differently.
No, he wouldn't have done. He would not have done. Pat, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling going into the next 12? Because we will have a look at everyone's fixtures in a minute. We'll concentrate on us more.
Yeah, I feel really good. I just don't know whether to thank Manchester City for putting this in position or Arsenal for putting this in the position. Kind of think it's both, actually, to be honest. But
it is both. It is both.
Yeah, I've been saying this since the final whistle at Anfield. I think the manner in which we won that game, you know, it set so much momentum. There's so much. The ball, you know, the wheels are well and truly rolling now. You know, just to, you know, basically quote the theme of this show today, but. Yeah, look, there's got to be a lot of confidence amongst the squad, and hopefully that rubs up on the fans as well too. So, yeah, look, there's a lot of positives at the moment to take from what we're doing at the moment. Yeah, sure, I see some people in the chat saying that we'll probably will still drop some points between now and the end of the season. That's fine, but you really think Arsenal are going to be perfect? There's a lot there to suggest that it's not going to happen, or if they do get any back into form, it's not going to happen overnight. So. I'm really happy with the position that we're in right now, and going forward, I think, yeah, we're looking really good to you know, go for this title.
Middle-aged men all dressed so radically differently. That's the beauty of us.
Yeah.
Evening all.
Evening.
Oh, it's on.
Evening.
Are you going to be out
you boys
tonight?
all right?
You're going to be out tonight?
What, me?
Yeah.
I'm always on my best behaviour.
No, you're not.
Always, never not.
No, you're not.
How are you lads? Everyone good?
What's with all
You're
the
right,
Oasis
mate. Yeah.
t-shirts?
Fantastic.
What's with all the fucking Oasis t-shirts?
What's wrong with Oasis?
Do you want me to go put one on?
Yeah, it's
No,
like
I really don't. No,
what?
thanks. No thanks.
Why
This is
not?
my first time I'm rocking my Japanese Joy Division shirt, so.
liking it, Pat.
Angels are coming back.
Didn't get Oasis tickets.
It's. I tell you what, this colour combination, given we're playing Newcastle this weekend, is terrible. You know, your mates up in the northeast, Martin, they're going to be loving this. I doubt they're going to be in sky blue, are they? On their
well, we'll find out
preview
tomorrow on
show.
our brothers. Find out tomorrow on our brothers. Real Tommy made some great points regarding the injury situation. I've not seen it. I've not been on Twitter all day, to be honest. Been doing an initiative that I set up with a group of other people from my university, something very personal, quite close to that. Next week, it will be revealed. Yes, it will be, and we are honoured to do that for you, mate. I think Tone's just having some issues with the internet at the moment. Big up, Trev. How the devil are you? What a handsome panel. Clearly not talking about us four. It's like a bad Oasis tribute band telling me it is. Liking the Oasis theme, I don't know.
No
why.
Oasis. Shaker Faker.
No.
I've still got a ZZ Top.
Yep.
Well, I mean, for me, I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I'm looking at it one game at a time. A one game at a time situation. Like Pep says, 12 cup finals, you lose one, you're out of it. That's the way I think we've got to look at it. No more draws. We've got to go in and just keep ticking off the W's as we go in. And it has to start 8 p.m. Saturday. If you want to be champions, you got to do it.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we're hugely helped by the fact they've had to play midweek. They had a much harder game last weekend, and they're already tired in a few injuries. I think the week off will be, you know, effectively almost a week and a half off for some of the players. I think that's going to be fantastic for us. Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't underestimate what having the week off whilst they're playing, you know, in the Champions League, and they're playing Villa in a really tough game last weekend where we had a bit of a stroll. I mean, you know, strolls may be a bit unfair on Salford, but relatively. So I think, you know, at the time we need it. And I think, you know, one of our biggest problems of recent weeks has been that second half performance. I actually think that Doku and Savinho being back actually changes the dynamics in the last 20 minutes, half an hour in games, because those two can just take the ball out of defence, can run it up the other end of the pitch, can allow the team to reset itself, you know. And we saw that from Savinho in his probably last 5 or 6 substitute appearances, how when we needed, you know, to keep our defence solid in the last 10 minutes, how important that was. And Doku's even better at that. So I think the players coming back makes a difference, gives people a chance to rest, but it also gives us some tactical options that we haven't had. So you know, and the rest for like players like Rodri and Nico G, you know, him still coming a bit back from the injury, and Rodri from his big injury, I think that's going to be huge as well. So I'm really optimistic about Saturday night, you know, and the rest of the season. I think, you know, a lot depends on Champions League and FA Cup draws now, how hard they are. You know, we've obviously got a tough one in the FA Cup, you know, but that'll be our 5th game against them this season. That's a bit, you know, a crazy amount of football. I think they'll be getting sick of us if we keep our winning run going. But, you know, I think it's exciting. And hopefully fans start getting behind the team, stop whinging and start enjoying it, because this is what we're here for. We are here for these run-ins.
The cup final is actually sold out. Sold out today. It's actually done, so it's amazing, isn't it? We all thought we were going to struggle with this one. It's fully sold out. Apart from a few disabled bays areas. But yeah, we've sold our allocation. Arsenal have sold their allocation. So yeah, that's.
Am I right in saying that the trains are going to be out, or there's going to be problems at Piccadilly that weekend as well?
Yeah.
Someone mentioned something. They think it said something about trains or something. Something was going on at Piccadilly Station that was going to get the train down to Wembley a bit difficult.
There's always problems, Pat.
Yeah,
yeah. There's no.
I mean, fair play for it to get sold out, and if they've got those issues, then yeah, fair play to everyone.
And obviously, the other brand news tonight is Sabio is back in training now.
Oh, that'll cheer up Tone.
I've got an agenda against him, haven't I? Do I sound better?
Him and Rico. Yeah,
your agendas are much clearer.
Yeah. I've got him, I've got Rico, you've got Marmouche, Martin.
Martin did have Nico G, but he actually, to be fair, rare in agenda terms, he actually admitted he was wrong and, you know, came round. Which is good, because most people go down with the Titanic, like me and my John Stones
anti-agenda. That's all right, mate. It's all right, Rich. I'm keeping you afloat.
There is a difference between looking at evidence provided at the time and based on new evidence, you can change your mind.
No,
That's all I did.
100%.
Doesn't make it an agenda.
So it's a retrial.
Is that the same with you now believing we can win the league?
Oh, what? Because I had 1 week off. I was the only one here who said we'd do it from June. But no, man.
No, you don't.
No, I don't think Ozzy and me have once this entire season expressed any doubt.
No.
Oh, me? No.
And as the
I've never
as
expressed
the
doubt about
voice of reason and
I've never
common
ex-
sense, I
yeah.
did the right thing by saying I will wait until the new year. Then
Anyway,
we're about
does
five-
it
and if we're
matter
five-
who's right
if
or
between
wrong?
5
Wait
and
a
6
minute.
points behind, then we're a chance.
Does it matter who's right and wrong? We're not in school nursery.
Bloody hell.
I'm right, you're wrong. I thought Alan had left the channel. Are we just keeping his
Well, he's-
spirit like lying around?
He doesn't say I'm right, you're wrong. He just says we're gonna lose. Sack the board, sack Pep.
But listen,
told
at the
him
end
I'm-
of the day,
They're all shit.
no, listen, I'm going to start with Saturday because I think it's going to be a tough game, 8 p.m. A lot of the Newcastle fans thinking they can cause a bit of an upset. I'm of the opinion, like I've titled it, rubber meets the road. You want to win, it has to start from Saturday night. You don't even need a team talk. You don't need a team talk. It's now in our hands. For the first time fully this season, this league title is in our own hands. You can't ask for more. So now we've only got ourselves to blame now. The excuses are gone. You can't blame another team. You can't blame. It's now up to us. Our destiny is in our own hands.
Yeah, we'll do it. Don't worry. Full faith.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Good
I
night.
mean,
Cheers. That was a great show, guys.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh,
So
I
what-
was looking forward
yeah.
to a short one.
Yeah.
Why
we've
do
won
they?
it.
Why do they particularly think they're going to overturn? I must admit, I look at it and I think, City playing well, a decent rest exactly when we needed it. Newcastle, 2 hard games, a third on the trot. To me, this will probably be the hardest game Newcastle have had against us all season. The hardest for them. So it's interesting that this is the one. If I was betting on them having an upset, it would be beating us in the FA Cup, where they've got home advantage. We'll have played some tough games going on. This one, I think, is hard for them. And Bruno G's out, isn't he? Who I think, despite all the Tonali train, I still think's the hub of their team, their best player. So I don't know. Or do they just think Gordon's gonna be on fire or something?
Well, they have seemed to have changed their formation around now. Gordon seems to be the false 9. They did get a good win, even though, many will say so in the Carabag. But they went and did the job. It was impressive. They were, probably had the game won by half time, but they went and won 6-1. So maybe, we're going to have to earn it on Saturday.
Mm. Well, we will do, but if the lads aren't fired up and see this as an opportunity and don't beat Newcastle, there will be the bottle jobs. then the narrative will quickly change. Yeah. But if we beat Newcastle within 2 points of Arsenal, and they've got a North London derby, yes, Spurs are shit, but they've got a North London derby with a new manager. If the roles were reversed, I wouldn't want to be facing that, because we'd all be on here going, shit, they got a new manager, we're cooked.
Yeah, and let's be honest, City have been organising and training for this game all week. I mean, it's what, a 5-hour flight or 4-hour flight to Karabag. So they're going to have spent 7-8 hours twice going from A to B. They're going to, they're not going to have trained for us apart from possibly Friday. They might have had one training session to play us on Friday. For all respect, we've had Sunday off. We've then had 5 days regular training focused on Newcastle.
They were back Wednesday, I believe.
Yeah. So I think, and we may even have and Pep will have been thinking about it a bit more, because whether we, I'm not being arrogant, but Pep will have been thinking of Newcastle when he was thinking of Salford as well, because he will have had faith that we can beat Salford. So I think everything is in our favour for this one, and no excuses.
Well, they haven't picked up a point at the Etihad in the league, believe it or not, since I'm trying to look at it. Jesus, it goes way back.
Like Fulham.
20. No, that was the League Cup. Jesus, that was at home. Jeez, you're way. I'm going all the way back. Hang on. We'll get there in a minute. No, that was at their place. Keep going back. I'm there in a minute. 2006 0-0 draw was the last time we got a point at the Etihad. Never mind a W.
Touch wood, throw salt over shoulder. Heavens,
as we saw, we hadn't won it. Anfield for God knows how long.
Yeah, I think the big thing is the travel they've done, obviously, across Europe in the Champions League. The thing for Newcastle is that their intensity kind of squad. Their team is about how they play against us on the days. If they can bring that intensity, that speed, that physicality, then that's something we always need to worry about when it comes to Newcastle. The problem they're going to have is that they played an exhausting match from everything that I've seen on the Champions League night. They put everything into that game. So coming into this game at the weekend, it's going to be a struggle for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Foggy, by the way, gifting 10 memberships. Thank you so much, mate, for your continued support. It means a hell of a lot. If you have been gifted one, please say a massive thank you to Foggy. And I am sorting out at the end of the month a prize that is well worth the 2 months that we've missed. So keep an eye out for that. But Foggy, this is for you.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
So big up Foggy. Make sure you say thank you to him. I mean, I've been looking at the fixtures. I know you can only do it one at a time. I understand that. Big up Lazili. How are you, mate? And I've tried to look at each game. I'm only looking at the league here. Our next 5 are Newcastle at home, Leeds away, Forest at home, West Ham away, and then obviously, and then Chelsea away. They're our next 5 Premier League fixtures.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones worry you there? Because I've seen this debate all day. Some are saying Chelsea away is the one.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, I'm more worried about Leeds and West Ham away than I am Chelsea away, believe it or not.
Chelsea away. I would say Chelsea away is the toughest. West Ham seems to suit us. Might be that bigger pitch. Leeds away is tough, though. Very tough as well. But probably
I've watched West Ham a bit. I've watched West Ham a bit recently, and honestly, I think they're Jared Bowen and just 10 other people. I think he has been genuinely brilliant this season. I mean, he's a bright star in a terrible team, but he was head and shoulders, when I've seen West Ham this season above the rest of them. So we just got to keep him quiet, and so that doesn't worry me. Leeds, I don't know. I think we're pretty good going to Alan Road in recent times. It seems to me. I think Chelsea, because we've had a lot of tough games versus Chelsea, and they seem to play better against us than most other teams. It does seem, whether it's title challenges or whether it's Champions League, whatever it is, they seem to raise their game a bit, and they are capable. They've got some very good players. I think James at times has been brilliant this season. Casado, brilliant. So they're a very good team. But
I think you do need
which
to
team
worry
turns
about,
up?
I do. Think
you need to worry about every game, honestly. But
but I do think you have to think West Ham may be more difficult than we're giving West Ham credit for, because they are currently 18th. They're looking like they're going down. For that team to go down would be a massive problem for West Ham. It would be a big failure. So I think, in all honesty, that game will be more tricky than we realise, because those players, that manager, that fan base are going to want to make sure they stay up. Do you know what I mean? And as we saw what happened with Arsenal against Wolves, Wolves are going down realistically. We all know that. But at the same time,
Yeah.
It only takes one game, one performance.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
so we're not going down. And this is the time of the season when we need to think those teams at the bottom that are facing relegation, they're going to want to fight. They're going to want to make sure they don't lose a game that makes them go down, no matter who it's against. Because if they can even a point against us, he's going to feel like a big loss for us rather than, you know, a big win for them. That's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. I think you're right. They'll be hard, but West Ham every 10 years, West Ham go down and come back up again. They're not one of these teams like Everton who had lots of relegation battles and always stay up. West Ham, they go down. You know, I don't know whether it's every 10 years, every 8 years or something. They go down, they come back up again, and then they stay up for 10 years and they go down. That's just the way they are. And maybe this is their season to go down and come back up again. You know, and that's happened a lot. I think yes, they're fighting for it. Chelsea are fighting for a Champions League spot, and given their financials and how much money they've spent and everything else, you know, Champions League for Chelsea could be every bit as existential as relegation for West Ham. So, you know, you're paying for £100 million, and you know what the club needs to achieve. So I think that's a very important game for Chelsea too. Given United are now in with a chance, you've got Villa, you've got Liverpool. If they start turning around the form, you know, it's a big battle for the top five. But every game is hard. Look at Wolves relegated bottom 2-0 down against the team in top, and they can come back and get a draw. So the one thing's clear, you cannot take anything for granted. You know, we've gone to Southampton when they were the worst team in Premier League history and not won. So I don't want you to talk, you know, to torment Tone and Martin, but we've got to remember that. And I
think Chelsea
starting John Stones.
What's that?
If Rich is going to do that, I'll come after his boy. Don't you worry.
Johnny Stones. What's up with Johnny Stones?
For years, Martin. There's
He's
nothing.
only got one leg. No, I mean, because I'm. Do you know why I said Leeds and West Ham is? I think this season the way we play and our setup suits us away in big games. I think it does.
Okay.
Leeds United. I'm sorry, I just find Ellen Road. You know, Battle of the Roses. It's going to be 5:30, whatever it is, 5 on a Saturday night, whenever it is, Sunday. It's going to be a ball ache. You know how that place can be. It can be an absolute headache to get and navigate through.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying, well, West Ham. The thing is, you got to look at where West Ham are going to be. You know, West Ham have got to make a decision soon. Like we are. We're saying all this about the title race. Well, we've got to do this. Well, if West Ham want to stay up, they've got to start giving it a go at some point.
But
Chelsea are kind of in the middle of nothing at the minute.
Yeah, no, Chelsea got a top 5 spot to fight for. £150 million for a team that has financial problems.
Away at Chelsea.
You might be right.
Much same as what Ozzy just said there about Wolves yesterday. The thing is, we look at these games and we go, win, win. Oh, that's tricky. Win, win. We've seen this every season. And about a month ago, I was told Arsenal are going to win every game, so we have to win every game or we've got no chance. You know, and it's like I said, no, both teams will drop points. Both teams will still drop points between now and the end. Neither of these two teams are winning the rest because neither are good enough to win the rest. If anyone would do it, I think it would be City based on the past, what we've seen City do in the past. We've seen them do 10, 12, 13 games and just roll them off. But I still think both teams will drop points. I think Arsenal are definitely going to drop points in their next 2 games, which is Spurs away and Chelsea home. They look like a team that are shot to pieces to me. They're so fragile. Arteta's just a clown. And Jesus lashing out yesterday is proof that that team are on the edge. I can't wait to get on Judge Mo tomorrow, by the way, and give it to bloody Arsenal fans. But they to me look like such a fragile unit at the moment. Even Gabriel sat there. You know, he's the one in the media going, we're bloody well ready. We're going to battle City and all this. He was the one sat down and the game hadn't finished, and he's on his backside on the pitch, sat down with his arms
Yeah,
up in the air.
apparently, I mean, the stories out of Arsenal that they, Raya and Gabriel were, swinging at each other after the game.
Really?
So I'm assuming Raya had a go at Gabriel, but do you not? Is it the 11 or is it Arteta? Because I watched a bit of the game yesterday, and it looked to me like they just sat back. They didn't try and create. They almost thought, whether they thought 2-0 we're just going to shut up shop and be professional, or whether they didn't go out to attack against Wolves. It's a strange one. And then that all that wasting injury time, like faking injuries.
Yeah. I just don't think they had the mentality to put the final nail in the coffin just to lock games down.
Yeah. Stick the third goal in, and not
only that too, Rich. The proof's there because I think I mentioned this before on Dapster's show that if you have a look, there was a thing going around on the internet about Arsenal's form in the last 12 games of the season over the last 5 years. They average less than 2 points per game. They do not finish seasons well, regardless of whether they're in a title race or not. And that, I think, comes down to mentality. I think it comes down to the fact that regardless of where you stand at this point of every season, are you good enough to get your team in the Champions League spots, or are you good enough to compete for a title? And whether it's one or the other, they just don't have that mentality to just finish the season strong.
We've seen that with our rivals, though. I think so many of our rivals in the last decade have peaked at or before Christmas. It's almost like the summer is what gets you peak, and then you peak, October, November, December, and then you just drag out. Liverpool did it so many times. Liverpool were not the same side. They were phenomenal November, December, January. 19, they were phenomenal the whole season, to be fair. But Arsenal the same. Arsenal, a month ago, Arsenal fans were telling us all they're the best team in Europe. Arteta, much better manager than Pep. They're gonna win the quad. No one can live with them. And to me, it's like PSG last year. PSG were absolute crap till January. They were one or two goals from going out of the Champions League, dropping out the 24. If people forget, when we were 2-0 up there, had we gone on to win, PSG were out. And they then went and were virtually unbeaten from January till May. Win the title at a canter, win the Champions League, they won the French Cup.
They did a treble
because they found their form late, and that's, you need to maximise your form in April, not in November.
That's great. I didn't know that. Leeds have won all their games on the lights.
Well, then don't turn the lights off.
I also think it's a bit of a mentality thing as well between the two, between City and Arsenal. I think when you look at City at the moment, I think we know what our problems have been, especially over the last few months. We've struggled to see out the second half of games. Now I think since that last victory we had, I think
Fulham,
now is against Fulham. I think now you're starting to see this team come together. I think now you're starting to. I think since the introduction back of Diaz into that back line, it's really solidified for me that we can go on and win this, because I just believe that we have got the better 11 on the pitch and we have got the better squad depth. With Arsenal, the problem they've got currently is their mentality. They've got a good squad. No one can deny that. But the problem is they've got a manager who I think puts a lot of pressure, emotional pressure, onto his side. The fans around them that are putting the amount of emotional pressure on this side as well, because they're so emotional. The Arsenal fan base. You only have to look at what's happened all of last night and today, and it's just emotion. It's just, we're shit and they're shit and get rid of him and he's never been great, and it's just been absolute.
Have you listened to City fans this season, Oz?
Oh, I know. There are some of those, but at the same time, I do think out of the two fan bases, Arsenal's is far worse.
Yeah, I just think social media.
Yeah, but it's also AFTV and them things. Make no mistake, I don't care what that guy who runs it says. he's loving that result last night because they got record views last night. I guarantee you AFTV got better views for that draw last night than they've had all season long. And that's where they all congregate. They all congregate on these shows. Arteta in, Arteta out, dependent on the result. But just to bring up something Ozzy said there about Arsenal squad, I said this back in November. People were raving. Arsenal got the perfect squad. Arsenal have got players here, there and everywhere. List it down. Odegaard. You tell me when he's played in a big game. Gyökeres, us five would have had more shots on target than he's had. Raya, is he that good? I do think the two centre-backs are good. Timber, Declan Rice, he's decent. They're clearly a good team, but they're not.
Do you think they lack brilliance? What I think with Arsenal is, when I think of all their players, I think Declan Rice.
They become AFC,
incredibly solid player. Saka, not so good this season, but incredibly solid player. But I don't know if there's anyone in that Arsenal team who's going to do a Doku and suddenly beat three players and, like that. Or a Cherky, or a Foden, or a Haaland. I don't know if they have anyone who's got the brilliance to do that. Just maverick.
I'm going to slightly disagree. I do think Arsenal have got the best squad.
No,
it's rock solid. I agree,
but they've not got a quality player. They've not got a superstar.
Yeah,
we always hear about Basaka. We always hear it that he's the best player. He's the best winger in the league. He's the best player in Europe, and he didn't score a goal from open play for how many games?
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, I think when it comes to squad depth, I can't. Because we've signed two players, our squad depth suddenly better than Arsenal's. I don't think it is.
But it's where your peak is. Yeah, it's where your peak is, and I just don't.
I think there's a different way.
I don't think their peak is close as high to us. I mean, an example I would use is Foden and Rice. If you put those against each other, 99% of fans would put Rice in their team because Rice is an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I don't think Rice is capable of a 10 out of 10. Foden is. So you'd have Rice every time.
But where I disagree is I think we've managed our squad better. I know Pep's been hammered for the not rotating, but Arteta's rotated less than what Pep has, even with a huge squad.
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about Arsenal a little bit,
and I think one other thing, Arsenal have relied on.
I agree. I don't want to turn it into a full show talking about Arsenal.
No. But they've relied a lot on corners, throw-ins, free kicks. Yeah. Now, though that change, they did immensely well. But that is a change. Opposition coaches can coach against that.
I know. I'm not trying to dig down because I'm going to say this in a very blunt way. It's out of Arsenal's hands now. So talking about Arsenal is a bit of an irrelevant situation.
No.
It's in their hands.
Etihad and win. They go to the Etihad and win. It's in their hands.
No, but it's not. It's in both hands.
Both our hands.
But Rich, we do our job. We win the league.
But so do Arsenal.
They do their job. They do their job. They win the league.
Right, but my point. Hang on. Let me put the.
We have to win. We have to win.
This is not AFTV. We talked to Arsenal for 25 minutes.
Yeah. But.
Gonna get a Martin ranting here. We're a City channel. We spent 25 minutes on bloody Arsenal.
So what's your alert then? Is it just a siren going off saying, "I'll give over"?
Arsenal right now. Yeah. I want to know what's changed in our mentality because something has changed from Anfield.
Well,
something's changed. What?
Winning at Anfield. Winning at Anfield.
Yeah, winning at Anfield. There you go.
Winning at Anfield.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Yeah, the mentality is there. They've got it.
1937 since we last did the league double over them. That is, doing a double over them is probably. It's like winning at Old Trafford was to us in the 80s and 90s when we hadn't won at Old Trafford since 1974 or whatever. It was just the biggest thing for City fans was winning at Old Trafford. It was huge, and I think winning a double at Anfield in individual match terms, that was the biggest thing to us. If we could pick any game to win in the season, it would have been winning at Anfield. So I think that's huge, and to Pep, because he's only done it with behind closed doors. So I think that's huge to the players. It's huge to Pep, and I think nothing could have been a better catalyst for us to put us in with a chance of doing what we need to do.
The thing is, Rich, I mean, I brought this up on a show recently. Is I always thought about a month ago, I said Arsenal, in my opinion, have pretty much peaked. They've been the best team this season to this point. They deserve to be top. They have been better than us, I think, over this season to this point in terms of performances. I would say they have been better. City have been, in my opinion, around a 6 out of 10 to the ability that they can be at. City have got gears and steps that they can go into, which we're now starting to see them get into. And I don't think Arsenal have got that. I don't think Arsenal can go much higher than what they've got. And City could be 2 points off Saturday night.
Haven't we, Tone? Haven't we always been a 6 out of 10 in the first half?
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Are we not just doing the normal curving to what we've always done?
Yeah, we've always been judged as a side. We've always been judged by what we do in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
The only exception is Centurions.
Well, this has been my issue all season when people have called me epic clappers. Everything else is not. I'm just following the natural curve.
Yeah,
for 5-6 years now. We do 6 out of 10s up to about February, and then the accelerator goes down. And believe it or not, I'm going to come to you in a minute for you. The quote Pep did last week, because I researched this, he said the exact same quote last year, and he said the exact same quote the year before. He comes out with the 12 cup finals, lose one, you're out. It's like it's, I know people call Haaland a machine, but it's like Peps, this machine of, right, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll hang in there till about Jan, Feb. We'll sort of hang about, some dodgy performances, some in and outs, you know, and then February, March, we go, right, bang.
Yeah, Fergie said the same. Yeah, Ferguson used to say the exact same thing. Just hang about.
That's why I never got my head round all the meltdowns.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's the same thing every year, bar last year. It's the same thing. The same people right.
No, last year we did it. So I researched that. We collected more points than any other top 4 or 5 team in the second part of the season last year.
We were top from January the 1st. We were top.
Yeah.
It's mad. It's mad. We're so good.
I don't know how he does it. I don't know what he does. It must be some training thing that he does. He dicks around in pre-season, plays about 2 or 3 games, plays the kids. We dick around for the first few games, and then he goes like, "Yeah, we'll play around."
Bored of winning.
He's toying.
He's bored of winning. He needs competition.
I don't know what it is.
Look at. I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to go back to that last 12 games of a season, right? I want to look at the last 3 league titles.
The
last, Martin, the last 3 league titles that we won. Remember, I said Arsenal averaged less than 2 points per game. In those last 3 league titles that we won, the last 12 games, we've averaged 31 points.
Yeah,
we come home so strong,
and that was in our worst ever season under Pep.
I'm not even including that, but I know the end of the season that we had last season was as strong as anybody else. Yeah. FIFA, thank you for renewing for 23 months, my friend. It means a lot for your continued support and everything you do on the channel, and for the £2 super chat. We are winning this league. I said it since day one. Yeah, loving it. Shark emojis in the chat for all FIFA there. Listen, maybe it's me. Listen, I think Arsenal are a very good team. I think City are a very good team. Where I think this is, and this is just my opinion, I think teams follow their manager. I think the manager sets the example. So players, for me, are meant to be an indicator of how they're managed and what their manager wants. I look at Arsenal and I see 20 emotional wrecks all over the gaff because their manager is an emotional wreck.
Yeah.
I see Manchester City get to this stage of the season. Bernardo Silva switches on. Rodri's now starting to click. He'll switch on. Everyone just switches into this. Right. No more dicks. Here we go. We're not dicking around anymore.
Is there any chance we can get Gundogan back for a couple of months?
I'm not saying it's over because it's far from over. I still think the cup final is going to play a massive part into this whole situation.
And I tell you, you just mentioned him, but Bernardo, there are some people who should be like whipping themselves over the back and going on a bloody pilgrimage to Canterbury to apologise, because Bernardo Silva, I think, in the last month or so, has had so many absolutely superb games, and the people who have badmouthed him this season and last, and I think even last season he was, you know, Pep said it himself, he was the man who held that club together in the dressing room when we were falling apart. That man should be Saint Bernardo Silva, and there should be some apologies, because those people who've slagged him off should be washing their mouth out with, you know, ivermectin or something. And I just
as our resident Foden hater in the chat,
I just want to praise him, because I think Bernardo absolutely magnificent. And you know, if we've got big games, he's going to be the first name Pep puts on the team sheet, even ahead of Haaland and Donnarumma.
Good evening, Luke. How are you? And Ed, hope you're both well.
Yeah, good, man. All good. Hope everyone's all good in the chat.
Ozzy, do you just want to read that out from Mark Harris for me, buddy?
Yeah, member for 24 months. Thank you very much, Mark. Much appreciated, and we appreciate your continuing support. So, yeah, big up.
Foden has dropped harder than Arsenal. No, Foden's dropped deeper into the midfield. So you are right. He has dropped just deeper. Ed's at the gym, so we'll take Ed off for now while he's doing his squats. And when he gives me the thumbs up, we'll bring him back in. You don't want to wear Ed grunting and hunting on there. So big up. Same with you, John. I think Foden's
hunting.
Can I put a slight caveat onto what you've all been saying about the consistency of when we get to this part of the season? My only slight caveat is that, yeah, I agree totally with what you guys are saying, but I also think you have to look at the squad, and a lot of these players that have come through the door in the last 12 months or over have not won a league. They haven't won a big trophy. You know, we are in a bit of a rebuild. I say a bit. We are in a big rebuild. Since last January, you know, we started to rebuild this squad. So a lot of these players are coming in, not realising, not feeling how it is to win a league, what that pressure takes out of you. And I think, you know, if you look before the Liverpool game, I think there was that. I think there was a massive amount of that, of players that just weren't prepared, didn't understand what it takes. And I think some of the players, the likes of Rodri's, the likes of Bernardo Silva's, you know, I'd even put like Diaz as well in that. And I also think Donnarumma, because even though, yes, he's new to it, but he's still a big player. He's still a big personality. And those players just hadn't really stepped on the pitch. They hadn't really got some of these new players under the wing and gone, this is how we do it. Because Pep can coach them all he likes off the field, but on the field, sometimes those players have to make the decisions. And for me, they weren't making those big decisions. They weren't showing that leadership. They weren't showing that how it can be done. Now, yes, you're right, Rich. The plaudits should be going to Bernardo, but he was a little bit missing in sometimes. You know, we just needed him to step up that leadership, and he has done, and he deserves it.
I think, to be fair, I think he stepped up all this season, and I think, you know, last season, to accuse Bernardo of not stepping up when we were playing collectively as a team.
He was overplayed though, Rich, last season.
I think we could have had God himself in the team last season, and he'd have struggled, you know, even with his magical superpowers to get that team, you know, all playing well. But you say
all the religions are available.
Our spine. I didn't say which God. I could have meant any God.
Right, all the religions and non-religions are available.
Yeah,
our spine, religion, Martin.
Our spine to end this season is going to be Donnarumma, Diaz, Rodri, Bernardo, Haaland. Yeah. They are players who've won everything there is, you know, apart from the World Cup. They are players who've won everything there is to win, have played in the biggest matches there are. That is a spine, you know, as solid as any spine in world football. Yeah, but he hasn't done it. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you're saying
Yeah, he won the FA Cup last season.
Yeah, I was just about to say he won the FA Cup. He's played international football. He's also he was the captain of Crystal Palace as well. So I do think he is that part of that spine as well. I know he's just
played in Euros,
but he's very much like Donnarumma. Okay, he hasn't won the level of Donnarumma, but he has won stuff and he has competed.
Foden, I didn't mention Foden. Has won everything there is in the game. So we have a lot.
Phil Foden's won more than the majority of anyone in that squad, by the way. But I'm not allowed to mention.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Instrumental part of this.
There's absolute, and even like there's players who were around in 24, even players like Nick O'Reilly has been around, and Rico Lewis and those players, they've been around that squad and team.
Doku's won a league. I'm just looking now. Doku's won a league. Kovacic has been at Real Madrid, Chelsea,
Champions Leagues.
Nico G was at Barcelona.
They know what it takes. They know what
Nunes,
it takes.
Tajani Ryan has just played at AC Milan.
Vardio won league for us.
Nunes has won title with us.
We got a good squad here. That's one step.
Can I just add on Bernie?
We have more. Pardon?
Johnny Stones. Let's not forget Nathan Ake. You know,
can I add on
so much experience?
God, what was I going to say there? Oh, Bernardo. Can I just add on Bernie? I mean, would you lads all extend him? Would you give him another year? Because I think that is part, just before you answer, I think that is part of why some people have a go at Bernie because they're scared of the new toy being missed out on in the summer. Because if Bernie stays...
I'd give him 2 years, 3 years if you wanted it.
Say it. No.
I think he's 31. He's still playing on another year or two, but I think still. He's a good. I wouldn't say long-term deal. I think 2 year, maybe at most. But I wouldn't.
2 years, easy.
Ozzy's not happy, lads. Ozzy is not happy.
I like Elliot Anderson, I do, but I think that's still a risk. Elliot Anderson, that's still a risk.
How would you like Elliot Anderson and Morgan Gibbs
and Bernardo?
No,
I'd like Elliot. No, I'd like Elliot Anderson and Bernardo. That's what I'd like. Bernardo stays another year or two. Elliot Anderson signs. That's what I'd like.
I don't think Bernardo will extend. I think he will. I think it was down to the club and Pep that extend him tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think Bernardo will go to wherever he wants to go with our blessing, and he'll get a hero's reception when he leaves, which he rightfully should.
At his age, I can definitely see maybe a couple of years at Barcelona before he goes to Benfica.
I just think, listen, I hear the fear of everyone worried. You know, for me, I'm not bothered about Anderson or Gibbs White or Tonali or Billy down the road. We can sort that out in the summer. My issue is at the minute is a Nico O'Reilly. I don't want Nico O'Reilly to be pushed to the side here.
No.
That's the one I'm worried about. Nico O'Reilly, for me, I think can be like Foden levels within this academy, from the academy into it and beyond. I believe he's that good. And for me, and for honestly me, that's where it's not even about a signing. I don't want Nico O'Reilly to get pushed down or to be rotated around.
If someone comes in, it's more to sort of help out every now and again. But I
think you're always going to have that risk.
Yeah,
you're always going to have that risk that players are going to be rotated around just because of form injuries. You know, I agree with you. You don't want to see Nico O'Reilly pushed aside. And to be honest, I think he's more actually pushed himself into this team because he was playing at left back and he's done a brilliant job. But then to be trusted in a Pep midfield, I think shows a lot of character from him. And we've seen it. He's been given that responsibility of playing in the midfield alongside Rodri and Bernardo. And I think he took that by the scruff of the neck and gone, I want to keep this position. You know, but I think you also have to think though, we're going to lose Bernardo potentially in the summer. We're also Kovacic as well is more likely going to be gone, and he hasn't featured. So I don't think we have to worry so much about if an Anderson comes in, because I think we do need to have another midfielder potentially come in.
Yeah, but I think you've got to be different, Ozzy. I think we're not going to play O'Reilly and Anderson in the same midfield. I didn't think you can. No, but so if you bring in Anderson, he's going to have to play every big game. So you're saying to O'Reilly, you can't play midfield. And I don't think I think you're killing it. I think honestly, we've got to make a decision. Do we back O'Reilly, or are we going to sign Anderson and we're not going to give O'Reilly that chance? Because I don't think you have those two together. So
I don't agree.
Personally, I'd rather back O'Reilly.
I think you
no,
can.
I think you can.
I think you can.
How can they play together? How? Without completely changing the way we play. Completely changing.
Pep does change the way we play. I don't think it's one or the other. I think it's basically it's a nice problem to have, is the way I look at it.
No, I think it's definitely O'Reilly personally. I think you could sign Adam Wharton into our midfield and have O'Reilly and have him play with O'Reilly. I think you could sign Casado into our midfield and have him play with O'Reilly and keep playing. But I think Anderson is potentially very similar to O'Reilly in the role they play, the type they play, their skills and their assets. And to me, that is my real worry about the Elliot Anderson talk. I think he's a great player, but personally, I'd back O'Reilly.
The thing is,
but Anderson isn't the type of player who's going to go forward and score goals. He's not that player, Rich. O'Reilly can.
Yeah.
Anderson is more of a 6. He can be slightly an 8, but in all honesty, from what I've seen of him and from everything I'm hearing from not only Price fans, is that he is more of a 6, and that is potentially the position he would be coming into.
He could potentially, if Rodri's going, that would change it for me. If Rodri isn't staying, then
that's what I think.
Rodri goes, Anderson comes in maybe, but if Rodri's staying, if Rodri resigns, I wouldn't want to.
I think they're looking at 2 midfielders because I don't think they think Rodri's going to stay.
Yeah, and that does change it.
If Rodri goes, that changes it. But if Burn and Cover go, they need somebody. Somebody has to come in.
Yeah.
Because I feel like whatever you do,
for sure.
But why? Because Cover don't play.
Well, yeah, but in them and Burn, that's a.
So what did we buy Randers and then?
Yeah, but Martin, you've also got to think of
it's
injuries as well and rotation.
No, don't start the squad game stuff with me. Don't do that.
I am, and whether you like it or not, Martin, I have an opinion, and
I never said you couldn't have an opinion.
Well, thank you.
But don't not
having that.
Right. Well, when all these players leave or ask to leave. So I'll just ignore evidence, Ozzy. I'll ignore past history.
Okay.
You want to stick your head in the sand like an ostrich off your pop? Why did Oscar Bob want to leave in Jam?
Game time.
Thank you. Why did Alvarez want to leave?
Game time, I'm playing.
Why did Cole Palmer leave?
Game time, I'm playing.
Yeah, I know, Martin.
We can go on here and on it. I don't know. There's a list of things.
We know.
Tone's having a few technical problems again.
Look. The thing is there actually a correct way of going around? Is there a correct way of moving forward? Because it's the thing. Like, all right, let's say Bernardo Silva and a Kovar to go. Do you still risk? Because the thing, like, no matter what you do here, bring someone in, don't bring someone in, it's still a risk either way. That's the thing. So it depends what I want to do going forward.
You've still got to have strength on the bench. You've still got to have strength on the bench. Like, you've still got to have players that are on that bench that want to compete with the first 11. Yeah. I've always said that, and that's never going to change my opinion. I still think you've still got to have players that are going to come in and always say, I'm going to challenge for the number 1 spot. Like I'm playing. And the great thing about the players that we've got is that multiple players can play multiple positions. Do you know what I mean? So I think
I agree. I agree, Ozzy, but I think they have to be of different profiles. What you don't want, if you've got a 28-year-old and a 22-year-old competing for the same position, or a 32-year-old who doesn't want to play every game, and a 25-year-old or whatever it is, I think that works. I think what becomes a problem is if you put Elliot, assuming Rodri stays, if you put Elliot Anderson and Nick O'Reilly in a straight fight for a position, one of them is going to be gone at the end of the season. And to me, whether you think, whoever you think is better, I think Nick O'Reilly is potentially a 80, 90 million player. I think Elliot Anderson is. Do we want to lose and have the potential problem that comes with them? Two players with really similar profiles who are the same age competing. I think that's a problem. I think if they're different ages, different profiles, I think you don't have that. So like a Wharton comes into City or a Morgan Gibbs-White, they're not really going up. I mean, Morgan Gibbs-White maybe with Reinders, they're very similar, but they're not coming up against it. So I think we just got to be careful on
Especially
that. And I think we'll know.
All the top clubs were Anderson.
Yeah,
exactly as well.
Game time as well.
Like Anderson's not got a choice where he wants to go to.
Do you know what? I think we're talking about the wrong player, if I'm honest. I actually think the argument that we're having is actually the player that I fear more for isn't O'Reilly, because I think he really has stepped up and made Pep stop and think. The player that I think it actually should be more worried is if we were to sign an Anderson, is Nico G.
Yeah,
so I'm not saying that, and that's not because I said he's been bad. I actually think, you know, when he started the beginning of the season, he was one of our best players, and when Rodri wasn't able to play, I think he was brilliant. But the problem is
that's my point, is it? That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
It's not I think if it's a young lad, then you give it time.
Yeah,
I think Nico G is in a situation where he's at a prime age, he wants to play, and again, I understand everyone wants to squad and it's nice, but the problem is, it's like, you know, there's too many examples of it for me, where players give it so long,
Trafford.
and then they go, nah, Trafford.
Yeah.
Well, no, Trafford's a bit different because he's a goalie and he knows he's never getting into that. But it's like Oscar Bob was totally fine giving it a go in August. He lasted until Jan, and then he went, nah.
I need game time, and fair enough. Yeah, I don't blame him doing that.
Martin, but your argument is like Arsenal have got the best squad and the best depth. Then how are they not going to lose their top players?
I think they will.
They will.
I
think they will lose.
I believe that too.
The point I'm making is that happens with any big club, because you have to have quality players, not only in the starting 11, but you have to have that quality on the bench.
That's why I think
you said. I think you possibly could be right, and that's the problem that you're always going to have. Is you're going to have these players like we had with Alvarez, and we might have with Mamouche. Is that when you've got quality players in the first 11, it's difficult for these players on the bench to get in, and sometimes they're going to accept that, and they're going to accept that they have to push harder, they have to train harder, they have to work harder to get into that squad. And the players that just go, no, I don't want this, I want to go somewhere else, then that's what happens. That's just the nature of being a big club. That's what you have to accept when we're in this position.
There will always be a constant rotation of players throughout the
Yeah,
years.
it's turnover. It's turnover.
Yeah, it's turnover. But big up.
Say it as it is, Todd. It's new toy syndrome.
It's
new toy syndrome. Everyone wants This is my thing with the Nico G thing. Everyone's going, so Nico Riley. Everyone's like, Nico Riley from the academy. But Anderson, well, Nico Riley can rotate now. It's like they've dropped him into a rotational role because the new toys arrive. But no academy player is going to play that game. They're just going to go, see ya, bye. It's the point of it.
I think O'Reilly is a fine talent. I just think that I think us as fans are quick to rush into things, especially from when they're at the academy. Like, I've heard people say the same thing about Rico Lewis. I heard the same thing people say about McAtee.
Ed, honestly, the difference between O'Reilly and McAtee and Lewis is like the difference between Diego Maradona and Matias Veroso. O'Reilly is coming. He is coming. He is coming. He has played more games.
The Walker replacement.
No, we're doing transfers already.
Rico Lewis has come in and played a few good games, a few bad games. Nico O'Reilly has come into the team and in 18 months has made himself one of the first names on the team sheet, has come into really difficult games like Anfield and played in midfield and dominated or up against Newcastle, whoever it is, come in and won his games at Anfield, at St. James's Park. He's come in and played 6 when Rodri and Nico were injured. He's come in and played left back. He's come in and played 8. And he has not had a bad game doing any of it. He has had a far bigger impact on our team than Phil Foden did when he came in. Far bigger. I can't think of a youth player who has come in and had an impact on City since we go back to the David White and Andy Hinchcliffe, Steve Redmond days. And they were having an impact in mid-table. They were brilliant. They came in phenomenally. But we were a mid-table team, relegation team, possibly get to a cup quarter-final team. Nico O'Reilly has come in one of the best teams in world football, has benched superstar players, has played well in 3 different positions. And I think to underestimate how big an impact he's had and how good he is, it is to do him an utter disservice. And I don't think we can compare him to Foden on his impact in that 18 months, let alone talk about him alongside Lewis or
that's another point.
Savinho or the others.
Reinders, Nico G, as well as 2 more midfielders. Because this thing, and I hear what Ozzy says about the Coventry. I hear all that, but I look at minutes. I don't want to replace a body. I'm looking at the minutes they're replacing.
So he's replacing Bernardo.
Yeah, but so you replace Bernardo, that's fine. You might want to use a Foden or you might want to use an Anderson. That's fine. But if you are saying I'm buying Gibbs White to replace Kovacic, Gibbs White wouldn't come here to play 300 minutes a season.
Yeah, I don't think you need 2 to replace this, but you need 1. If Burn and Cover go, you need 1 in there for sure.
The problem is with it, I think we're all surmising. The problem is until we know clearly what's happening with Rodri, we don't know which way. We need this Rodri situation sorting out. We need a decision on it.
Yeah, we do, massively.
It's all right saying, well, would you let him go on a free? Or because fair enough, you might say, right, we'll let him go on a free.
Done it before.
I don't know the best way around it. Or do you sell him for 50, 60, whatever million you can get? I don't know. Because the problem is the ball is now in Rodri's court.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rodri's going into a Mark Gay situation.
Yeah,
and it's great when you're on that side of it, but when you're on the other side of it, and the problem is Rodri's not 34.
He's 30.
He's 29, 30. The guy's still got 3-4 good years left in him. He's going to queue down the door to go and get him.
Was something like a Bayern could have him, couldn't they? In Germany, in their midfield. Yeah. I mean,
It's crazy.
Well, it was before.
I think stay, Rodri.
Can I just do these really quickly? Sorry, Luke's been here for ages. I'm going to lose them off my screen because I've been quite poor with that. Adam, thank you for the 26 months, mate. You, sir, are a legend. And FIFA with another super chat. No need for MGW. Use the academy. So would you have Anderson, though, FIFA?
Well, he's levels above. I mean, I think he's levels above. I think we all recognise Anderson is a fantastic player. If Rodri goes, maybe.
That's just shameless from Superstar. You are shameless. You've been saying Arsenal were going to win the league by 12 points.
I think we're forgetting a name. I think Reinders, and I told Martin this all the time. I think Reinders would be the odd man out if it was me.
I think Reinders has still got a lot of questions to answer because I don't think he's really pulled up trees since coming to City. I think he's had 1 or 2 good games, but really and truly, he hasn't shown the quality and the form that we saw at Milan. And the questions are going to be asked towards the summer.
Yeah,
I still think he's a quality player. I
see.
still think he possibly could come good next season, but I think the problem is that I just haven't seen enough from him realistically.
Well, Ozzy, can I just say on Reinders, I like him, and when the game opens up, he's one of the best players we've got at finding the space. But I thought his performance at Salford was arguably the worst performance I've seen from a City player this season. I thought he was that bad, and I thought his attitude was bad as well. He looked like he rocked up and just thought, yeah, whatever, mate, we've won this 7-0, no problem. That's what it come across as. I couldn't believe how poor he was and his body language.
Thought that was
Worrying,
90%
for sure.
team, to be honest. Too.
Yeah, I just thought he was the worst of a bad bunch. I really thought he was.
But he's got
bad,
more to
but
prove,
I
Martin,
think he's a
hasn't
good
he?
player.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, he's a good player.
That's-
He's not shown it enough. He's underwhelmed, I'd say.
Yeah, I always give players more than a year. I'm always going to give them more than a year. Because it was this, but you're not going to get your money back.
Calvin Phillips.
He's not.
I said the bet.
Anyway, right.
Sorry, I just had to.
I just want to, because we came. I want to go back to the Newcastle situation. Pat, I know you've got to jump in and make sure you got work. Pat, where are you at with Newcastle then? What would you make any changes to the 11? Are you worried about Newcastle's form? Are you seeing this as potential banana skin? What?
No, our record against Newcastle home has been nothing short of superb. Basically, Eddie Howe's a manager who is willing to give players are always willing to give it a go. So that'll certainly work in our favour as well. So yeah, I just expect I've got the same confidence going to Newcastle, no different than any other season really when we play them at home. So it won't be easy, of course. I think Newcastle appear to be in some decent form. I mean, bagging 6 goals away at Azerbaijan certainly shows that as well. But I think they're going to be missing Bruno G in midfield, and I think without Bruno there, I think we're already halfway through winning the midfield battle. So if we win the midfield battle, I think we're pretty much already there, on our way to 3 points. So I'm quietly confident, just given our record against them.
And what's your prediction?
3-1. I texted it to you.
I was copying, mate. Oz, what would you make any changes to the 11 on a Saturday evening?
I quite like. I think
from Fulham, you mean, not from Salford.
Not from Fulham, not from Salford. Jeez, I'm not expecting to rock out
from Fulham. Yeah. I was going to say, just checking.
Have you got?
Just checking our last game was.
I'm sorry.
Martin's got an agenda against McAdoo.
I gathered Ozzy with new common sense. I didn't think you would not know common sense there, Rich. I wasn't expecting Max
changing the 11
in the back line. You know what I mean?
Man's McAdoo agenda.
New player. Right, McAdoo on the wing. Right, Ozzy, go on. Back to
No, I don't think. I think Donnarumma obviously starts. The back line, I would probably keep the same as well. Nunez, Diaz, Gay, and Aït-Nouri. Midfield, I'd probably stick with the same midfield with probably Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and O'Reilly. I think it's the front where you might possibly see changes. Because I think that the thing for me is because against Fulham again, we had Foden, Haaland, and who was it now? It was
Semenyo.
The thing that I just think was slightly missing was the creativity. I think Foden wasn't quite. It was good, but I wasn't 100% sure that he just seemed like he wasn't at his best. I think he's still trying to find his best. So for me, it was just that bit of creativity. So I don't know if Pep would look at bringing Cherki into that, because I think Marmoush, as we saw in the game before that, where I think we just missed that creativity. So having just the front line of just hard hitters, goal scorers, I think you still need that creativity. So for me, it's whether you think, do you stick with Foden or do you have Cherki in there? So that's probably the one area I would maybe see a possible change, but I think it'll be Haaland and Semenyo. It's just that other position where it could be Foden or Cherki for me.
Or Savinho, he's back.
Yeah.
There's your agenda.
Yes. I'm happy. Everyone's happy, by the way. Everyone's happy.
Tell you, when we're 2-0 up with 15 minutes to go, and Savinho's running the ball out of our defence, relieving the pressure, calming the team, you'll be grateful to him.
I will, Rich. You're right. I will. And I'll be happy.
Scores a goal.
I've got no agenda.
Scores a goal.
Yeah, no. You're too far, Luke. Too far, mate.
Imagine if he did that, we'd get the biggest cheer of the season.
Yeah. It'd be a shock.
It'd probably be Yeah, it would probably be like a comedy goal, like the one that was disallowed at Anfield, rolling in from 30 yards, a couple of people falling over. Yeah.
Listen, there is no wrong with ketchup on a pie. Stop being there.
Now that's one thing I would make a prison offence, to be honest.
I'd make your football takes prison sentence.
It's like the only thing worse than ketchup on a pie, which horrifies me, is when people put gravy on bloody cod at a fish and chip.
Yeah,
no, I do that, Rich.
That should be 25 years in jail.
Wait, what?
It's one of the
Under
worst
the
things
jail,
I've
Rich.
ever
Put him
heard.
under the jail.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You need burying
solitary confinement for 30 years.
Cone, you need burying alive.
Yeah.
Neil's gone with Donnarumma, Nunes hushing off. See, I think that's going to be the big thing. Hushing off or Diaz. That's the one I think everyone's going to. For me, I'm putting Diaz back in.
Is that even a
Slight
question? Is that even a question?
Yeah, Diaz.
It is for some. It is for some.
I'm going to jump, guys.
Big up,
Have
Have
a good weekend, everyone. See ya.
Take care,
For
mate.
me, actually,
Are you still all right for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
All right. Cheers, bud.
See you, mate.
I was going to say, for me, if Kushinov was a debate, it would be Kushinov for Nunes. But I think Nunes has been good enough that he deserves to start. But if I want Diaz's experience, but one thing against Newcastle with Gordon, and Gordon's got incredible pace, and I think Gay can probably deal with it. But Kushinov could be a useful factor, particularly in the second half, if they are going at us with you're spot on gravy on fish.
That's with me. Yeah, but I know that, by the way. It's not a Southern thing, by the way. It's a tone thing. It's not a Southern thing.
It's a tone bloody thing.
Turkey will be benched. Why in Pep era, tactical discipline, Rabona or special moments in games, he will get there though. I think he's asking whoever I said why would Turkey be benched. I think you can go with either.
Martin, can I just say on the fish and gravy stuff? I posted a picture of that and told me got in my DMs just to message me to go, what the fuck is that, Tone?
You had a
fish and gravy.
You had a nightmare, mate.
Oh, it's good, mate. When I'm next up, I'll treat you to it. And it's a treat.
You know what?
That's what your wife. That's what your wife makes for you when she asks you, "Is it good?" You just give her that smile.
I tell you what, I'll give that a miss. I'll give that a miss. Actually. Thanks for the kind offer, but I will give that a miss.
All of you, I'll treat all of you, all five of you.
I mean, when you're next up, well, you've already dipped out the cup final, haven't you?
Yeah, I can't get there, mate. I can't get there.
I'm not coming up till May. I'll come up for the title. I'll come up for the trophy lift, but that's about it, boys.
Yeah, but I'll be at the
you glory hunting sod. You'll pop up for the trophy lift, but not before that. You won't, will you?
I'd be at the bloody cup final then, wouldn't I? So we're going to be lifting.
Why aren't you going then? Why aren't you going?
I can't get there.
You get a train.
I'll be at a game.
Get that thumb down. Get Marie's thumb bang straight on top of your head.
Fish chips and gravy, Manchester. Yeah,
if Arsenal not going to win the league, you're not going to a cup final. There you go.
Yeah,
I think you can do that with either Lazile. I think you can do it with Shaky.
If City win the quad and Arsenal win nothing, you're going to be absolutely loving life, aren't you? In that household, aren't you?
Oh, mate!
I've got to say, my mum is a big curry sauce and fish. She's a big lover of. She does like curry sauce.
It's over for her at that point. It's over for her.
No, I mean, for me, I'm probably going back to. I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do 8 Nora. I'm going to keep the 4-2-2-2. 4-2-2-2. It's bad when you get into that. Donnarumma, Nunes, Diaz, Gay, 8 Nora, O'Reilly, Rodra, Shirka, or Foden, whichever one. With
whoa! Can't sit on the fence. Which one?
With Bernardo, and then I'm going to go Semenyo, Haaland. Semenyo just sat behind Haaland.
Cherky or Foden? Who did you pick?
I'll go to
bottling it. You got an agenda
Well,
against
to be
Foden.
fair, Foden started the last two, so yeah, it's Cherky's turn. So there you go. Cherky can start.
Yeah.
Foden can go back to the bench.
So it's Doku on the bench.
I don't think Doku will be fit.
You don't think he'll be on the bench even?
No.
I've got Mamouche on the bench.
Well, how close is Doku then? Is he close to getting
He's
back?
close because Pep said he was
Following
close.
week.
Following
I
I
week.
must admit,
So Leeds. So Leeds
I must,
away.
yeah. I'm quite tempted at the Etihad. I'm always tempted to start Marmouche because he just seems to be. He seems to be the of
Yeah.
all our
So you're
team,
going to drop
the
Semenyo?
biggest. I don't know if Semenyo needs a rest. No, he's probably. I don't know.
He's only
No,
just
I
bloody
put-
club.
Yeah,
He's only
I think
got trouble
Doku-
resting him. No, you.
I
you
think
put
I'm-
your
no,
game
I'm a-
on the rest on.
honestly, I think
What?
I'm starting the team. I think I'm starting the same team against Fulham. I think I'm keeping Phil in, keeping Semenyo. But I'm just saying, at home, Marmouche is brilliant at the Etihad.
Do you know what I
and
mean? Have you seen the
doesn't seem to play
situation?
away.
We've not even got into an Anderson and all that situation. Can't wait for trying to pick the 11s next year. That'll be a fun and ball game, won't it? Picking the midfield out.
It'd be great. Man. It'd be great.
Well, we've got a choice of 10 midfielders. Let's choose.
I think
Two
Doku would love.
Roulette,
I think
roulette
Doku
wheel. I
would
wish you
thrive.
stay.
I think
You
Doku
go
would
choose.
thrive. If you put that 4-2-2 and you put Doku behind Haaland and Semenyo, I think Doku would drive there as well. So
Savio, Jesus. Pep's going to get his worst nightmare in about 2 weeks when everyone's back.
Who do I choose?
The little air he's got will be pulling it ball back out again. FIFA with another £5. Thank you. I want a Foden at Diaz goal at the weekend. We will get some new emojis, please. I will try, yes. Let's get the lads 10K ASAP. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that, FIFA. Thank you so much. I think Steve's coming on a bit to do the Newcastle side, and I think Louis. I'm going to send a link to Louis as well, I promised, because I know Tone and Pat have to drop soon.
Pat?
Rich. Sorry.
So he's just racist against people living down here. We're all the same. All people in Australia look the same.
Racist. Don't do that. Jesus. The man here, the man going wild on me here. Anyway, right.
Doesn't like the rich.
Where are you all going with your Newcastle predictions then? Because I need to actually get them in now.
7-1.
I've gone 3-1.
7-1.
Oh, there.
Like it.
Sorry, I just
It's
get
a Newcastle.
Shit. Cole's gone. Cole's gone.
What's your prediction, Oz?
I think because of the midweek game, and I think because they're missing some players, and I think because we've really tightened up that back line, I can see a clean sheet. So I think it could be a 3-0.
Ooh, I like the confidence. So
I just feel that as good as Gordon was in the week, I think he burnt a lot of energy, and I just have so much confidence really now with that back line, and Donnarumma as well with the saves that he's been making. I think we are going to see some more clean sheets going forward.
yeah,
Rick?
I'm gonna go.
Edge, you're bottom of the league, mate. So you've got to go
Yeah.
last. You're bottom, Rick. You're bottom, Ed.
Yeah. I sent it about 4 days ago because I'm so desperate not to miss a prediction like I have a couple of times recently. So I've gone 2-0. Our traditional, I think it seems like a traditional score against Newcastle. I think we have a lot of 2-0s against them.
I nearly went that way.
Ed, go on then.
I think, since we played them so many times, I think how they played last time, I think Hal's going to be a little bit more defensive this time around. I don't think he wants to experience that again. So, yeah, I agree with Oz. I think our back line looks more solidified, looks more together, and the midfield is actually protecting them more. So I'm going to go 2-0.
Can I ask a question? Because I don't know, but I know Bruno's out for them, but is Is Joe Linton out as well? Because
He's back.
Is he back?
Came back last on Tuesday. Came off the bench.
Yeah, Anthony Gordon's world class now, by the way. He's only scored one open play goal in the Premier League in 14 months, but he's world class now because he's scored 4.
Well, that's why I've got O'Reilly in that midfield on Saturday because I think
I'll
he'll
go
be
3-0 on
needed
Saturday. I'll go 3-0.
I was about to come to you. So you're at 3-0.
3-0, yeah.
I don't think 7-1.
Copy me and Luke, eh?
Yeah. Well, I thought I want to go 10-0.
Take care, mate. Thank you very much, Ethan. You're a superstar. Thank you for your support.
Yeah. I just think for us, right, it's just get the 3 points. Just win the game, get it done, and just put pressure on Arsenal on Sunday. That's all we got to do.
Yeah.
Ian's gone 2-0. Magnus gone 2-0. Ethan's gone 7-0. He'll get one of them, right?
Ethan loves it.
It's going to happen one day.
A detailed review of what sauces or condiments is appropriate to have in your food. A lesson in why gravy or fish is crime.
Bloody hell, Rich. He's still going.
Triggered.
What the hell kind of a speech was that, Rich?
I'm just shocked.
What the hell?
I'm shocked.
White sauce on fish. Saying that,
Back
don't
to the
understand
70s. Back to
I
the
don't understand
70s.
bread sauce. Bread sauce and a bit of duck. No, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I don't like duck.
Anyone as old as me who grew up with white sauce on bloody every second thing would not.
Do you know why I'm not keen on duck?
During the war, Rich. During the war, yeah.
It's still in the 70s and early 80s. White sauce was more common than is right.
Do you know why I'm not keen on duck? Do you know what it is with ducks? Ducks swim in my local canal. If you saw my bloody local canal, you wouldn't want to eat anything that's swimming on top of that. Thank you very much. Just as it's navigating the shopping trolleys.
Martin, they're supposed to clean your food. You know that, right? They're supposed to clean your food. You know that, right?
What?
Do you like crab? Do you like crabs?
Do I like crabs? I've never had crabs.
Let's not go there.
Figuratively and literally. So I'm all right.
No, lobsters. Do you like lobsters?
Mancunian Way cook-off special.
Have you ever had crabs, Ed?
God, see, this is. I thought this was supposed to be the grown-up channel.
I am asking a question.
You do get, Ed will be a connoisseur of, in the States, you do get some fantastic.
Do you know what it is? I'm not a big fish. I'm not a big seafood person. I'll be honest with you. I don't even like lobster.
Oh, lobster's nice.
No, I'm not a big fish. I'm not a big seaside person.
Oh, oysters?
Nope. Oh, no, that's like no.
Yeah, it's too far. Oysters.
Your wife would love them.
Oysters, lovely.
Oysters, I love oysters.
Jelly deals? Oh, no.
Jelly deals. The jelly deals are one step too far.
Has to stay in.
Can you see that? Fish and gravy with chips.
Oh, God, what is that? Oh.
You need
It's
toilet.
Right.
Poor Rich.
You can go on what you want. I'm just going to send some invites around, so you lot carry on where you want to go to get the Newcastle view.
We've just talked crabs, ducks, God knows what else. Where do we go after that?
Surf and turf.
You guys like eels?
Eels?
Yeah.
Nah, no thanks.
Mussels. Mussels are nice.
Yeah. Mussels, I love. Mussels.
Yeah.
Blue marine,
Bit of vinegar.
Sensational.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. I'm just trying to think as to where else.
I'm so hungry now. I'm gonna have a fry up in a minute.
For the people who didn't realise, me and LB were on Loaded Mag earlier on. If you do want to go and give that a little watch,
good show.
We did our thoughts on that earlier on. So yeah, if you want to go on that is over on Loaded.
I have a question though. What battle are you going to be taking? Are you guys going to be looking at in this game? I know a lot of people can lean towards the midfield, but I'm actually going to be looking at, just our attacking patterns. How can we get at their attack? I mean, their defense, right? Because I think at times, we can lack that creativity. So I'm really looking forward to that side of the game for us.
I think Lewis Hall and Nunes is going to be one of the key battles in there, because I think Lewis Hall is majorly in form.
Yeah.
Nunes is a big part of our attacking system. So I think that is going to be one of the massive battles moving forward in this game.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
Because we speak to Newcastle earlier on, they rate Lewis Hall as the best fullback in the Premier League.
I would.
Yeah, it's been impressive.
I put Nunes in that conversation right now, current form.
I saw a big post from Arsenal fans saying that Lewis Skelly should play for England, and it became an argument between O'Reilly and Lewis Hall, with not even the Arsenal fans thinking Skelly should be in the England team.
It should be O'Reilly and O'Reilly and Hall should be the fullbacks for England World Cup.
Yeah. I mean, O'Reilly is a brilliant squad player to take, because if he goes as one of two left backs, he can also go and play anywhere else and come off the bench anywhere else. So you need a few players like O'Reilly in a World Cup squad who provide you with a lot of cover.
Big up Julie with 32 months. Thank you so much for your continued support. And don't ever apologise for being late in on me missed. We appreciate the time you take to come and engage with us. So thank you, Julie. No, to me, is there any other areas for you? I mean, obviously, I think people are going to look at the Joe Linton O'Reilly battle. That may, you may get part 2 from St. James's.
Holland against Malik Chow. That'll be a good battle.
Or will it be Dan Burn? See, this whole thing we disputed earlier. Will they put Dan Burn on him? And put Chow on Semenyo?
Or Botman as well. Good Botman. Depends if you excite him or not.
Well, here's my thing. Is Haaland going to break his duck at some point against this lot?
He better. But come on.
Yeah.
But I'll never.
But when?
Now.
It matters now. Yeah, matters now. Now he'll do it.
Yeah.
Like Anfield, when it mattered, he did it.
Title race, we'll do it now then.
That's it. He's turning up again.
Well, the thing is, if you can't turn up now, then bloody hell. You know what I mean? It's now or never now, isn't it? Like every game's now literally a final now for us going forward now, rest of the season. So every game's now must win if we'll do anything season.
Yeah, so. I think his last goal helped. I think he really needed that for his confidence.
That Fulham one, definitely. The Fulham one, especially, that was a goal.
It seemed like he was struggling for confidence up until that point. So,
I just think this team's gonna be up for it on Saturday. I just think after Wednesday, this team's gonna be like, right. I know we said before, but I think now, especially going into March now, and the games can pick and fast. I think we're gonna lock in now. Then
I think we've got to.
Yeah,
I think we've got to lock in now.
Yeah, no messing about now. Get the games done.
I'm going to be serious right now, and I don't think City can lose another game.
No, they can't. I don't think they can. If anything, no. Arsenal will got more points.
I don't know about that. Personally, I think Arsenal, the way things are going for Arsenal right now, I think we're going to see them drop a lot more points between now and the end of the season. I really do. I don't, but I also think that's also true for City, because I don't think either team is perfect right now. I think there are still flaws with both teams. It's just, I think it comes down to the mentality now. And I think City have got it right now because they're on the ascendance, where Arsenal are starting to falter. They're starting to feel that pressure.
So you guys don't see the title winner getting over 80 points this season? Because if we win out, we're going to be on 83.
No. Oh, my God. Tone's got to jump. Sorry, 1 minute. Tone's got to jump. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
I've got to go in 2 as well.
Thank you. Rick, thank you.
Yeah, I was just going to say one final thing, and this is what it seems in the way we're all talking and the way all City fans are talking, we are just assuming we beat Arsenal at home. That isn't a given.
No.
It won't. We haven't done brilliantly against them in the last couple of seasons. So I think we've got to beat Arsenal at home. What then happens in the other games, I think we can afford to drop maybe 4 points. But anyway, good night all.
Yeah, go. Take a mate. Take a mate.
Take care, Rich. Hopefully we'll see you Sunday.
Cheers.
We're going to do post-match Sunday, unless any of the other lads want to do it Saturday night. Friday, Saturday, I'm out of commission. So if they want to do it Saturday, then plus Saturday's going to be hard because it's what? But I think, did I hear what you're doing an Insta show? It's home potentially Saturday night.
I think it was more like we were just going to do kind of like 10, 15 minutes after the initial game's finished. So it won't be a long one, I imagine.
Yeah, but you can all get over there and go and show Ozzy and Tone a lot of love over on their Instagram Saturday night, and then we'll try and do something Sunday for you all. I don't know why. I've just got, because I don't think Arsenal are going to be crap forever.
No.
They're going to have to zone in at some point. And I think, can we draw a game? Potentially, yes. I think losing,
no.
That takes us to 60 feet. And that was sort of my zone. I thought 6 was the max.
Yeah, but Martin, if nobody gets over 80 points, then you can have more draws or defeats.
No, but I think, part of that is because, again, this is, just my opinion. I think the days of 97, 98 points are over. I think it's going to start coming back. I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was when United won the league. Because believe it or not, United won the league with 79 points one year.
I reckon
these teams won the league with 70-odd points.
Yeah.
I think it comes back down to just the current challenges. So I think you look at Arsenal, and it was, if we go back to the beginning of the season, it was basically them or Arsenal to win the league. Like it was nailed on that Liverpool or Arsenal were going to win the league. City weren't at the races because of last season. Chelsea, no one was really taking them seriously, and no one still does really. But I think next season you may see a lot of changes. Like eventually Liverpool are going to come back to the races because either their current managers are going to get things right and they'll bring in new players and they'll crack on. For me, I think that's what possibly will happen. The same with Chelsea. At some point, these crop of young players, and they've got a decent crop of young players, I think they just need experience and potentially a manager, because we still don't know about the manager yet. But yeah, I think the jury's still out realistically on him. But I wouldn't rule them completely out. I think they've got a long way to go, but they're still round about in the top 4. So you've still got to see them as a rival. And who knows what happened with United going forward. I'm not saying they're back because let's not go that far. Yeah. But
no, I'm with you. Liverpool will be back next year.
Yeah, next year we'll have a lead next year.
And then if you think what happens with Arsenal, if they don't win anything, if they don't win the league this season, there's going to be a lot of calls for Arteta out. And if they do get rid of Arteta and they bring in a half-decent manager, then they've still got a decent squad that can do something with. So it doesn't mean they can't challenge again next season. So it all depends on what happens from the summer onwards. We've also got a World Cup in the middle. So, that is also going to have a big toll on beginning of next season, because these players have played so many games that I think going into next season, I think we're going to see quite a drop-off at the beginning of next season compared to how we've seen this season with the likes of with Arsenal and Liverpool when they first started. So, yeah, I think at the moment you look at the league and it's become more competitive than it ever has. And I basically don't put that on the top 6 as we like to call it sometimes. I actually put it on the likes of Aston Villas and the Nottingham Forest, maybe not this season, but last season, the season before that. Newcastle who are coming into this. The league is getting more and more rich, and you're getting more and more owners who are pumping money into their clubs and making the likes of Brentford's. Do you know what I mean? Yes, they're down there, but they're also a team where they can cause you problems. So it has definitely become more competitive over the years than it ever has been. But you're still going to have, at some point, some of the big six start to invest properly, start to get the right people in positions. And I think then that's when we'll see more competitive. I just think at the moment, you've got us going through a transition and we're rebuilding. Arsenal are the way they are, and then United, Chelsea, and the others are going to be catching up as they go along. So,
yeah, and I just think as well. I mean, I just think this is the season where if we do get a title this year, I think next year why should be better next year. Like I always said that this season was always going to be a traditional year for us. We're going to work out the kinks, work out where we have to go next. But I think with Shirky in his second year next year, so is Ryan does, so is obviously Donnarumma. A lot of our Kehi, obviously his first full year, we're gonna have a much more settled squad, hopefully at least next season. With new players obviously coming in already so far, obviously depending on who leaves as well. I just think next season will definitely be a lot more settled in terms of a squad than probably been this year. I'm not sure I'll be wrong on that, but that's how I feel at the moment.
Louis, good evening. Thank you for joining us, mate. How are you?
We go, Louis. No NASCAR. No F1. I mean, no F1.
No marble.
No stop talk, mate.
No. Where are you at with all this Newcastle title talk situation?
Newcastle?
Yeah, the game on Saturday.
Newcastle, yeah, it's kind of weird though that yeah, like having a week off is quite, for us, is not normal because it's just like the days go past and it's just like you do the same things as usual, but then it's just like you think Wednesday you have a game again and then yeah. So for Saturday, just go about our business, try and go with the same form as we did in the Carabao, try and get 3-4 goals if possible, so then our goal difference is good. But yeah, it's looking good for us right now, but it's
Wait, Mark,
game
can
at
I
a
change
time.
my score prediction to 3-0?
Shameless.
Why are you going to 3-0?
Because I forgot about goal difference. I think.
Does anyone else want to make any last-minute changes before I lock it in?
I think Pep's going to talk about that too, because that can be a decisive factor in this title race as well.
I don't think it matters where you go, mate, because you're so far behind in our league.
Yeah. Not you're done already. It's over.
No, man, because I'm going to have 3 extra points on there anyway.
If Ed comes back though, I'll be one of the greatest comebacks I've seen ever.
It really will be.
Ed's not coming back from nothing. Ed is done and washed.
Nah, honestly,
who starts? I went with Donnarumma, Nunes, Diaz, Gueye, Ain't Nora, Rodri, O'Reilly, Bernardo, Churka, Semenyo, Haaland.
Yeah, I'm the same. Goals. Should see goals in this game.
That's where I went. I mean, the Newcastle one, like I said, Newcastle are going to say, I think it'll be hard, but I think, like I said, we've got to win. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even care about performances right now.
Win the game.
I just want to get the games won. Because the only thing I'm not going to like about this, and I'm already getting it, the one thing I enjoyed about last season a little bit, was I felt there was less pressure. So I went in the games, enjoyed them. It was like, now I'm going to go in the games and shit myself every single 90 minutes.
Race.
I'm going to be like, then you're looking at everyone else's results and they're looking at yours. And I didn't enjoy the, you got, nobody else, Ozza. Big up, mate.
Big up.
Yeah. See you guys. We appreciate it.
Take care, mate.
I'll catch you guys on Sunday, hopefully.
Yeah.
Have a good
Don't
one,
forget, Ozzy and Tone Saturday night on Insta.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Don't show them a lot of love.
I agree, Martin. Last season was a lot. It was a break. It was good. It was nice to have a bit of a break from the title race, but
I hear you.
Now we're back in it now. I was like, oh great, here we go. Every game's gonna be like a four now.
It was that Liverpool one. Do you remember the Liverpool one when we were going, they win, you win, and we got even down to that Burnley game where Aguero rolled it along the line in the 90th minute.
Yeah,
didn't enjoy any of them games.
Do you remember? Was it in 2022? Is it that De Bruyne deflected goal when we were going mental?
Yeah, I just
and it was 2-1. Then it was 2-2. It was
yeah.
Mad
and I know when we're Leeds away, West Ham, because the thing is, 99% of our games are all going to be on TV now.
Oh, they're going to be, yeah.
The Premier League have got exactly what they wanted. I think Carragher mentioned it last night. They've got the title race they wanted now.
Yeah, yeah. They do.
Last season, they didn't have a title race. It was kind of done by March.
Yeah.
But this... yeah.
Mate, honestly, mate, that Newcastle game, mate, 8 o'clock, well, 8 p.m. on Saturday as well, not even 5:30, 8 p.m. Bloody hell, man. Like, it's just night football, nighttime football, then Leeds away a week after. It's just, like, we've got a week off in between, which is nice, but it's just back and forth, isn't it? It's going to be back and forth now between Arsenal and Arsenal now. Saturday, Sunday, Super Sunday. It's going to be a mental few weeks coming up.
Yeah, it's mad. I'm just sending this. 1 minute. Right,
no, but I think we actually need. I'm not saying we need to have a blazing performance, but I want to carry some momentum into these next run of fixtures as well. I don't want in the back of our mind we can just play shit and go over the line, because that's also how you can get yourself in a tricky situation.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm all for it. I think for me, right, don't just scrape games. I think play well as well. But I'm not asking for like prime, like buying the Champions League. I'm asking just for a good performance each game and probably minimum. And then in the big games, like let's say we get Madrid in the Champions League, or we get a Bayern later, or we get through down the line. Just save those performances for the big games. Oh, I'm not saying don't play well in the smaller game. Of course, play well against Newcastle at Leeds. Of course you do. But save those big bursts of energy for the big UCL and games coming up in March and April. Because as we all know, March, April, May is when it really starts to hit shit gets real. March onwards. So it's going to be non-stop now. You know, from after Leeds, it'll be non-stop. So, well, other than the week off, the international break. So,
yeah,
if everyone in the panel want to chat, that international break, use it wisely.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a break from everything for a bit, because after that break, it's gonna be hell forever.
Yeah, I think we're going to enjoy it, because it is going to be. We are going to end in 5, because I'm going to dip down and go and do something, so I do apologise. Like I said, I'm not around tomorrow. I'll be back sort of Sunday. I'm at the game Saturday, but I'll be back Sunday on the channel. Pat and Ed are going to cover me over on Through Black and White Eyes. Oil Brothers is tomorrow, 8 p.m. on Through Black and White Eyes. So they will be on it. Around about 8 p.m., I believe. I will double check that. I will have that confirmed. But they'll be on it. I'm excited and I'm nervous. I'm not going to pretend I'm not nervous, because I am. Of course, I'm nervous, and I don't think title races should be something you enjoy.
No,
I think they should be. They should be nervous. They should be nerve-wracking. I think if you go in and enjoying a title race, then you've not been in a proper title race before.
I mean, I was there against Villa, Martin, in 2022, and the nerves in that ground, mate. At 2-0, I thought it was all done, and then then 5 minutes later, it was 3-2. I'm going to be there at Villa this season as well. So and that omen as well, as bad enough as it is, Villa at home on a last day season title race. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Sounds familiar.
I don't think I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not saying Leeds United are prime Barcelona.
Oh, God. No.
I'm just saying 5:30 on a Saturday under the lights at Ellen Road. Formidable is going to be a tough game. That for me is where you make your metal as champions.
Yeah,
Leeds fighting a relegation fight. We want to win a title. It's under the lights. Lancashire, Yorkshire. You want to get it done. Everyone's fighting.
Yeah, every game's a battle now. Every game is a battle.
So I'm not. No, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, because that's my issue. It's if you were prime Barcelona, I'd be less worried, because I think Barcelona, we can play football with football.
Yeah.
It's when
Leeds
teams turn it into a dogfight.
with
When they
dog
start
fight.
shithousing, is that I worry.
Yeah. Because what was it? We got Forest at home, and West Ham away as well in March. I mean, West Ham will be easy. So look, we should win them games, but again, in the Premier League, it's not simple, is
But
it? Like,
we've done this before. We should have done this. We should have won that. We should.
Yeah.
I've played this game. I should have, would have, could have.
Yeah.
Do I think City will win the league? Yes. I've put champions elect. But right now in my head, one game at a time, cross that one off, next one. Cross that one off, next one. I don't even, the thing that I'm finding really good at the minute is I don't even need to look at Arsenal's results anymore.
No. It's in our hands now, again.
All I need to know is City do your job, City are champs. That's all I need to know.
Just don't drop any more points if possible. Just win every game as we can. Yeah. Well, so, this is what I mean. It's going to be
And let's be honest, we've been 9 points behind, 10 points. You know, let's be honest and let's be straight. According to the media and everyone else, we shouldn't be in this situation anyway. We should be nowhere near this situation. We were finishing 4th, 3rd, 6th. I'm seeing people playing the shameless card now. I always said we win the league. Bollocks, you had us 4th.
I said 2nd, to be fair. I said 2nd at the start of the year.
No. I'm not trying to cop, but there was people who was generally had us in a top 4 or 5 race. People were calling for Pep Guardiola's sacking 3 months ago. And now all of a sudden it's changed round.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've been bad. Do you know what I think we've been? Manchester City in the first part of the season. That's how we've been.
Yeah.
See, I disagree. I don't think we've been bad, Cosmic Bagger. I think we've been normal.
We've been okay most season. But, for our standards of this new team, I've done pretty well. I'll be real. I've done pretty well.
I just feel we were, but like I said, the treble season we were inconsistent.
Yeah,
formidable. When we won the 4, Pete, we were inconsistent.
Yeah. What
we only won 1 in 6.
Yeah, in November, Luton away, Adebar score, we're like 1-0 down against Luton. I was like, oh god, we're after Luton at Kenilworth Road, then 1-2-1. Jack Rio saves that game. He saves us that game a little bit of a draw. So you know what I mean? It's never guaranteed, is it? We never start well anyway. We never start incredibly well. Apart from that one season, it's just it's how you finish, not how you start. So, yeah.
No, I agree. We have been inconsistent. I'm not saying we haven't been, but we've always been inconsistent in that first part of the season. That's what people have forgotten. We were inconsistent in the treble year. In that treble year, we dropped to 3rd place. People forgot all that.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, exactly.
In that formidable year, when we won the 4 in a row, it was Liverpool were top, Arsenal was 2nd, and we were 3rd.
Yeah, people forget this, Martin.
We were nowhere near the gaff.
We're 5 points behind with a game in hand in February. That's
I mean, I can show you now Premier League, because they've now got an app on the Premier League, which I didn't know about this, by the way. You can actually look at where the standings were on each match day, which I didn't know about this. I thought it was quite good. Let me see if I can find it.
That's what we're doing, Martin. That's why, because the thing is, everyone say, "Oh, we've been terrible." Wait, well, we're actually doing quite well because considering this is like a new team, pretty much. New squad.
So this was us 23-24 when we won the 4 in a row. I'm going to go to match day 30. Right, Liverpool 67 points, 29 played. Arsenal 29 played, 65 points. Manchester City 3rd place, 64. We've drawn 7, lost 3.
Wow. And we're what? We're 5 off Arsenal. We're game has 2 points, and if they draw another game, we win our game. We're above them.
And then the treble season was about match day 20. I
think so. Yeah.
We were 5 points behind Arsenal. We'd played a game more.
It's the famous 300 and whatever days they had, and we had 14.
Remember that?
We'd gone top on match day 23. So when did we play? When did the 115 charges drop? About game week 19.
After Spurs, where Kane got his record for all-time Spurs.
Yeah, we were 5 points behind Arsenal after game week 17 then as well. So this is my point, and I can show you now. Let me see if I can share my screen.
Well, I'm going to say, well, I might have mashed the chat, right? If I'm the club, right, and I know, I mean, the prices for the game over on Saturday are crazy. Have you seen the prices for tickets? If I'm the club, make them cheaper and get that crown filled every bloody game as a home game. If you want, stop extorting money out of the fans, make it cheaper. I'm not saying £10 for God's sake, 30 quid at most, maybe 40 quid at most, and get everyone on the ground. Seriously. If you want the fans to back the players and back the squad, back the manager, get the tickets cheaper and get everyone on the ground. Stop mucking everyone around. I'm sorry.
And by the way, I'm just going to show this so people can see it. You look, this is game week 17, 5 points behind. And then that was game week 19. I go to game week 20, 5 points behind. We only had 42 points. What game week are we on now?
Game week is it game week 22? Is it? I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head, actually.
What game week is it?
Hold on, have a look. Hold on, I'm having a look. Someone chat probably say it.
No, we're on game week 26 or something because remember we only have 12 games left.
Right, yeah, 26. There you are. Game week 26. We were 5 points behind Arsenal. The points were the same.
So, are you telling me we're only 5 points worse off in 2023? Are you kidding me? And everyone's having to go at us being shit.
This is what I'm saying. Listen, guys, I've done my research. This is showing you everything of where we were.
Transitional City team, rebuild, 5 points off.
Game week 27. We're still 5 points behind. Game week 28. This is what I mean. This Arsenal thing's not new, guys. Right, look, hang on. Right, game week 28. We're bloody 8 points behind them now, and the game in hand. So we've been in a worse situation with a better team before.
Stop being negative and bloody realise that for a team that's meant to be like, a traditional season, we are second where we are.
This was treble season. This was treble.
We're 5 points worse off for a new squad, pretty much.
And now I go to the season we won the league in. Right. Game week 28 in that one. We're only a point behind, but we're third.
Wait, hold on. So if we win both our games, then we'll go 4 points behind. We're 4 points worse off. We don't have to get. Oh my god! Everyone's losing their head, losing their shit.
So now do you get my point? Now do you get my point, Luke? What I've been saying for ages.
Fine. If we win those 2 games, let's say we're on Saturday and beat Leeds next week. We are on 59 points. And we're 4 points worse off than in 2024. For a new squad.
I'm going to beg you. One thing I'll say, and this is to the chat, everyone wants to say, please remember stuff. Don't just scream and shout. I get people are angry and I get it all. But this is exactly what we've done for 5 years.
Yeah.
With our best ever team in history. We were in a worse situation.
Oh, and by the way, we are now only 4 goals worse off than the best defense in the world, by the way. Arsenal.
Yes.
4 goals worse off.
Yeah, I'm totally with Luke on this and Martin Mash. We have to make the Etihad rocking.
Mate, cheap tickets. Honestly, the club want the fans on board. Cheap tickets. Get everyone in the ground. Stop fucking around.
Stop dicking around, having your pints, get in the ground. Luke is spot on. Get in the damn ground. Let's get behind the boys. And people are going to, like I said, if anyone tells you this is not the same set, you go, yeah, it is.
It is.
It's the exact same pattern we have followed for 5 years.
We're a new squad and 5 points worse off. That's excellent. That's excellent.
I said this earlier on. I think I was on with Dan Potts. Dan Potts said and all that. And I said on there, I said, this is City in a rebuild. What are you going to do when we're actually at top level? We'd be
Next year,
15 points clear of the damn thing.
yeah.
And someone get a sniff. This is the greatest Arsenal team in 15 years, apparently.
And they're throwing it away all the time.
And we're 4 points behind him in a transitional. Could you fucking imagine if we were that good?
We well cleared them.
Jesus Christ, it wouldn't even be a title race.
That's
Exactly.
why.
Because we're bagger, I do my research, boy. You
CSI
tell the world. You tell the world. Martin does research. Ed, come on. Is he there?
No, he does his research, guys. He just frames it as happy clappy, but he does his research.
You can't say that.
No, but look, this is the thing. This is what we got to do. Again, as I said before, the club need to stop. Look, ticket situation is a whole different situation in itself. But for the rest of the season, tickets, make them half price or cheaper, how much you want to do. Get everyone in the ground as much as possibly can. Because do you know what it is, right, Martin? I've been there. I've been at the ground when it is full up and when everyone's going. It's incredible atmosphere. We're in a title race. We're all together, all on it. I know what it's like. I've been to West Ham last 2 times, right? I've saw a couple of games. It's been awful because of the way that it's been done and the way prices are in the ground. Get the tickets to a cheap rate going forward. Again, realise that you can't charge these prices for it because it's ridiculous. No one's buying it for West Ham at home. No one's buying it for these kind of games. These are the games that the club need, that the players need us for.
Small.
They look. It's all well and good being at Arsenal at home and Chelsea at home, but it's Newcastle at home and Fulham at home, and these games that are so crucial in a title race. You need that kind of full week in, week out. You do.
Martin, how many likes are we on, Martin?
It will tell you, you won't believe me. We are on
1 million likes.
487 likes. Can we get 500?
Come on, guys.
No, honestly, Martin, like, again, I just want the club, right, to stop. Look, the whole season ticket thing, right, and that kind of stuff. Look, I understand that's a different point of view and different point. Fine. As a conversation for another time. We can talk about and discuss more. I'm with fans on that. But something like this, where we need to get behind the team and the club need to give the fans and get the fans on the ground. Why don't you just the tickets cheaper? It's like 20, 30 quid in the smaller games possible. Again, I understand the big games, fair enough. But again, I said, just get everyone in that ground. Get everyone in that ground and get behind the team. Because I tell you, right, if the players have got a full Etihad behind them, in games like Newcastle at home, Leeds, well, you know what I mean? Even the UCL games, in the UCL game as well. Because you remember, Martin, that Madrid game at home, the atmosphere, that 4-0, I had never heard it like it in my life. I've been at Villa at home and won 3-2 in the atmosphere after the third goal. Never, unbelievable. The ground was still shaking after that third goal. The Madrid game, honestly, that's what the Etihad should be like most weeks. Not that kind of game, but the atmosphere should be behind the team. Yeah. Stop going for money. Look, I get the club can make money. Of course they have to. But you don't do it at the expense of the fans. You do it at the you other ways, but don't just cheat the fans out. Don't do it. That's a different rant, but I just, you know what I mean? Wow. I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, get to the co-op live and Velodrome events on at the same time. Jesus.
I'll be up soon anyway. I'll be up a couple more times. I'm going Villa at home.
We'll be there early. Anyway, final thoughts, everyone. Because I need to dash.
Go on, Louis. You go first, mate.
Nah, Echo. I'm not in. We gotta go for the Prem. Have it rocking on Saturday night. Up the fucking Blues.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna send you all over to LB, but it's finished. Where can I take you where you can know the shit out of people?
For me, it's just simply this.
Is the Big Six still on?
Don't know actually. I think
I was hoping Mo and Sam were on because I was gonna send you over there and just say bottle it and egg and bottle in it. Just put bottles in.
Big Six still alive, yeah. The Big Six still alive, but the game on Saturday. As I said before, as I said, the chat doesn't know about it anyway. Just again, it's running now. Get behind the boys as we always do every week, again, I think to anyone at the club who's in the higher ups, right? And I'm sorry, right? The 1894 did a great protest last year that got the prices cheaper. I don't know why it's gone back to that again this season. I'm sorry, it should have worked, but
Martin, send me them more on. Sorry, Lou, they're on MHF.
Yeah, I'll send them now. They
If anyone
come right up. One, Luke.
Yeah. If anyone could listen to this, please. If you want the atmosphere to be great, if you want the team to get to be backed by the best fans in the world, home and away. Away is always great away fans, but the home fans especially. You need the fans on side. Stop screwing them over. Stop doing all this stupid shit you're doing and the PR stupidity you're doing. Make the tickets cheaper and get everyone on that bloody ground and back the boys. Because I tell you, if that Etihad is packed, we will win most games. Well,
we sold Wembley out. Wembley's sold.
Yeah, sadly, I didn't get a ticket for that one, sadly.
Look at that, Martin. You had doubts.
I did have doubts. I said it.
Yeah, sadly, I missed out, sadly, but it is what it is. I've been to a couple of last two anyway, so hopefully it's a good
Yeah, no, it'll be a good one. Have you got anything coming up on Not in My Lifetime, mate?
Yes, I'm gonna be back on next week. I've had a week off, as you know, from I've been I had a few things got a lot on stuff on Friday with my granddad's funeral, so I'm sort of get myself back into the headspace of doing it all over again and make sure that I'm all ready for it. But I'll start doing a couple more shows next week and get myself back on it. I'll message you and Tony as well coming on at some point as well. So I'll let you know soon.
No. Cheers, mate. Ed, Oil Brothers tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, Oil Brothers tomorrow. I'm sure it's gonna be exciting. Can you tell Baz we need to start on time because I got some stuff to do at 4, so I won't be able to stay.
Yeah, we'll tell him. All right, what the hell? Calm down, sunshine. Whoa.
But no, it's gonna be, I'm sure Baz is gonna talk his nonsense as usual, but got to bring him back to reality. But it's gonna be, hey man, Saturdays is put up or shut up, and I just bet the last. That's all you got to hope for. And hey man, you got to make the place electric. Got to get this thing over the line because I want to get a gold badge on those sexy kits next season.
Yeah, mate. How that gold and black kit we've potentially got for the away kit, it's that one. That's gonna be it'll be nice to have on some badges for that one. I'll tell you that.
It will be. It will be. Right, I'm going to send you over to Temet Chef, Mo and Sam. Bottles in the chat. Mankway Raid. Bottles in the chat. Let them know that we've sent you and we're coming for the title. Arsenal bottle it. Let's go. We'll see you Sunday. As always, up the Blues. Come on. We're still fighting for this title. And you've got to go to Tottenham and get something. I'd love it if we beat them. Love it. See you all soon.